Hello everyone, so in today's video it's about installing NetScaler on Proxmox server. First we need to download the image from the Citrix download page. Today for some reason I cannot log in and I cannot download it, so I cannot show you how the actual download works. Nevertheless, that is a straightforward action, so you just sign in and select your version. Because I told you we want to install it on a Proxmox hypervisor, then we need to download the KVM version. And I already downloaded this a couple of days ago, and I unpacked the zip file, so you definitely need the KVM version of the NetScaler. And here is how the content looks like. Before we start, we can open the XML not with this, with Notepad. Okay, so here we have some interesting details that will help us to create the VM. First important information is that for the network we need to select the para-virtualized emulation of the network card, and we also need serial port. So if you do not have a serial port, the boot process of the NetScaler will hang and you will get some strange errors. And that's about it. The only important things are those two. Yeah, let's start the process. So I have here my Proxmox server, and we just go with create VM. Let's call it NetScaler 14.1 or just 14. Sufficient. Start at boot. Yeah, of course, when the hypervisor starts, the NetScaler should also start. 30 seconds. Okay, next. Here you do not have any ISOs, so we will not use any media. And at the OS type, I went with other. And here at the version, it's just empty. At the system, I left everything to its default. Do not check the QEMU agent because you will not be able to install it, or at least I wasn't able to install it. Machine type is okay, and the BIOS is also okay, so it will work. Now here, basically, you do not need the disk from you do not need to create a disk, because we will import the disk. We will import this disk, and where is it? You do not actually need the disk, so you can go with delete disk, and you will not have any disks during the VM creation. Next, at the CPU, you need at least 2 cores. So yeah, of course, if you want to do this for a productive environment, of course you need a lot more. But for home lab, 2 CPUs are sufficient, and the NetScaler will not like if you give it an emulated CPU. Always go with type host, so this will take the CPU of your actual of the server. And let's go next. And the minimum I recommend you is 4 gigabytes, because we will see after we started, it will consume around 3.5 just in standby, so it needs at least 4 gigabytes of RAM. Okay, next, the network. As we've seen, we need to use Vitrio, so this is what we will do. Vitrio also para-virtualized. We will leave the MAC address like this, or we can we give it this MAC address? No, I will leave it like this, and everything else I will leave it to the default, and we just go next. Okay, and finish. In a couple of seconds, it will create our shell. Then first thing we have to do is go to hardware and add that serial port. The number doesn't matter, just add one. And we need to also add a new disk. I mean, not a new disk. We need to add a disk, because at this moment it doesn't have any hard disks, and we will import the one provided from the download. So first you need to copy it somewhere on the hypervisor, and after that we will import it. So this is what I'm doing now. I'm just copying it from one place to another. So this is the Proxmox hypervisor. Does take a little bit of time. Okay, so it's there. Now let's actually, where was it? In MNT, PVE, SS, and in dump. Yeah, so it's this file. Let's only get that one grep. Okay, and we need to import it to our machine. Let's get the ID of the machine. list. Can we grep for NetScaler? Yep. So now the import command, I've written it somewhere here because I do not remember them, or I do not want to learn them. QM import disk for the VM 101, and we need the path, and the path is this one, and NS. Okay. We need also to mention the storage. Now I did not use the command to show the storage, but we have the web. So I will move the I will import the disk here with where all my disks are. So on SSD 960, that is the name of the storage, and we need to format to QCOW2, because if you do not format like this, it will import the machine. Okay, so I'm back. So let's import the disk. Now if we go back, we should have an unassigned disk, and we only need to click on add. Okay. Before I go to the next step, I told you that it is important that you also mention the version, the format of the disk when you import it. If you do not use format, it will import it as raw, and if you import it as raw, you will not be able to create a snapshot. At least in my case, I will not be able to create a snapshot. Let's see, can I create a snapshot? Yeah, so I am good. My storage is ext4. Let me show you through the other way. Disks. So it's ext4. It's not the normal ALVM as you see it when you install with the default settings a Proxmox server, because I do not like to see the disks of the VMs as blocks. So I like to see them like this. So let me show you. So this is how I like to see them. Each VM should have 1 or 2 disks, and yeah, this is just me. You can of course use the default storage formatting. Okay, so enough about that. Our NetScaler is ready, I believe. Not yet. We need to set the boot order. So our drive should be the first one. How do we move it? Drag and drop? Yeah, drag and drop. And now it's okay. And now we can start it. Let's go full screen and start. So we absolutely need to boot from the disk. Okay, this will take a little bit of time. Until then, let me see. Yeah, we just have to set a new password, because it will start with the username nsroot and the password as nsroot, and we need to change that, but only after this loads. Okay, let's just wait. I will not pause the video because we want to see exactly what's happening. It does take a little bit of time. I'm not sure if this is normal or not, but I didn't forget to do anything. It creates a server certificate. Interesting. Okay. 1 more minute, I believe. So we didn't see any errors until now. Now this one, yeah, I don't know what's with this one. It's just a warning. Nothing too bad. Maybe I can make this smaller, it's too big. How do I do this? So let's get rid of this. Yeah, so much better. So as I told you, default ns root and ns root. Now it asks us to change the password. Of course, we have a new password ready. And we are in. Now, to be able to access it, we should set an IP address, and we do that with set ns config IP address. And what is my IP address? 192.168.0.15 and the net mask. Oh, come on. Net mask 255.255.255 and 0. Okay. And do I need to set anything else? Yeah, the gateway add route, and it's 0.0.0.0. So this is the default route, so that it knows how to contact my router 168.1.0.1. Okay, and need to save the configuration nsconfig. Okay, and let's reboot. Yes. Now the reboot will take some time, and I will pause the video, and we will get back when it's done. While the NetScaler restarts, don't forget to clean up. So I showed you that I copied the disk to the hypervisor, so you no longer need it here, so you can safely delete it because you have imported it and now it's attached to the machine. So don't forget to remove it. And it is still starting. I just want it to power up, and then we should be able to connect to it, and then I will stop the recording because configuring it is not part of this video. Okay, maybe I can show you. So we can see it here. The NetScaler, it's just starting, and I wanted to show you that it does consume a lot of RAM. So out of those 4 gigabytes, it does consume more than 2, and it's still booting up. So NetScaler has started successfully, and we should be able to connect to the web console in a couple of seconds. And I would just want to show you one more interesting thing after we connect. So it was HTTPS. Of course, it will not work with HTTPS, but 0 and 15. Okay, so our NetScaler NSRoot and the password that we just set. Okay, so we have successfully installed a NetScaler 14.1 on a Proxmox server, and I just want to show you something here in the dashboard. Now, configuration. I don't want to do this now. Continue. So under the system, I want to show you. Oh, come on. That you have if you want to test all its functionalities, you can test almost everything. So I believe you can actually test everything. So you have the NetScaler gateway option, you have RDP proxy, everything that this NetScaler can do, you have them for free, so you do not have an expiration date. You have the licensing type Platinum, so I believe this is the maximum you can get. The only limitation is, as you can see here, is Express, and the model ID is 20. This 20 means 20 megabit. So you will not be able to have traffic more than 20 megabit. Of course, for a productive environment, it's not okay. So you cannot use this in production. But for a home lab to learn NetScaler, to configure it and to create gateways and to test it, it's more than enough. So 20 megabit will be enough for about, I don't know, 3 to 4 users to connect simultaneously, and they can have a remote session in, I don't know, in HD, so in high resolution, and they will for sure can work, but they will not be able to transfer a lot of data, because it will be limited to 20 megabits. So this is 2 megabytes of data transfer per all users. But for testing, it's more than enough, because you never test speed when you learn to configure a NetScaler. You actually learn how to configure it. So you do not test speeds. The speed tests are only in production. So yeah, thank you for watching, and please subscribe to my channel if you liked this type of video.